It's Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. Time for you to expect something wonderful.
Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. It's Mark Husson. This is Mark Husson's Astrology Hour. I don't know why I get tickled at the beginning of every show, but I do. It's good to have you here. It is Monday, December 8th. It's about 8 a.m. Pacific. It's about 11 a.m. on the East Coast. How are you? It's good to be here. I got my Godfather, Dogfather hat on. A gift from Alita, if you know Alita, and if she's listening, thank you, Alita. She's been with us a lot of years, little Scorpio that she is, and has been on a healing journey. And it's really nice to know that she's still with us, actually. So many Scorpios I know that sort of went to the brink. Why do you all always have to do that? Why do you have to go to the brink? I'll get more into that later. This is a Leo moon today. There's a lot going on, as you could imagine. And I want to say hi to the room. So I'm going to get my eyes glancing down and saying hi to everybody that's kind of taking the time out to be sweet and say hi. And, we start with Lenny. Hi, Lenny. She's like, she's got her coffee ready to go. I love that we love coffee over here on the West. Are we on the West? We're the West. Considering that we have a lot of Europeans listening to us. I just heard Erica's show, and it was amazing. So I hope you get a chance to listen to that before us over at 12 Radio. Now that we're switching over to YouTube and doing it back and forth, it's sort of like, this is how I see you guys. I have to bring it up like this. And yeah, so we have to go to 12 Radio. We have to, don't forget about 12 Radio, 12 Radio. That's where all of this is streaming. But because we decided to go to video, we're doing it this way. And so let me do this. Okay. And so anyway, hi, Lenny, coffee in hand, excited to hear the deets, and play with you. Happy Monday. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Carolyn Ferris is in the house. Carolyn is an advisor over at 12 Listen. So, everything's 12. For those of you that are new to us, everything we do starts with the number 12. 12 Listen, 12 Radio, 12 Academy, 12 Reports. I mean, it's just sort of like the way it goes. We always say 12 because it started off as some 12 Listen. And that's how we got our big advice site that is with remarkable psychics and advisors. Tracy, it's so good to see you. You're such a lovely energy. You must be Cancer because there's just something lovely and radiant about you. Okay, don't be offended, you guys. I have a Cancer thing. Thank you, Lenny. I'm glad you got to hear the music. It was like all week I worked on improving the stream, and I found a way. I figured out how to bring music on. I figured out a way to get it royalty free. I also figured out how to do an animation at the end of my Mark Husson Astrology Moments. I'm going to show you all that in a minute because I'm completely proud of it. And the stream has nothing to do with AI because a lot of times, nowadays everything is AI. Like the art at Astrology for Life, the store that I put together, is a lot of that's AI. And one of my young friends went, can I just say 2 words? And I go, what? And he said, AI. And I went, uh-huh. And he goes, yeah, I mean, it's AI. And I go, okay. And I mean, I guess there's a thing. And I think because he's an artist, and I do respect that tremendously. And I said, draw me some stuff. I'll be putting it up there. So anyway, and I would in a heartbeat. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. The yard is so beautiful. The snow. I am so blessed with the seasonal shift in the yard. The turkeys are destroying it. You'll see the turkeys. There's hundreds of them now. So we just make it fun. Like I let Duncan and Javi run after them, and then they come back in and they're gone for 5 minutes, and then they just come back. They are relentless, and they just tear up the dirt and eat, and they're getting the bird seed, whatever. Hi, Pam. Thanks for coming. Renee, thank you for being here. It's so good to see you. Christine Dumarier is in the house. Thank you, Christine. She's got her numerology, the numerology by your year. You guys, you got to get into this. Numerology is like there's the Enneagram. That's not numerology. There's so much to understand ourselves with. But the numerological component where you take your month and day, and this year, 2025, we don't have to add anything. You just take your month, Mine's 7, 16. So that's 7 plus 1 is 8 plus 6 is, what is that? 14 plus, you have 14, and then you have 1 plus 4. You break everything down to a single digit. You have 5, and that's the year I'm in. And then she talks about us by the year. So your month plus your day, reduce it to a single digit, add the two numbers. If it's 28, add them together, you get a 10. That would be 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. Keep reducing it. So she's got that going. Jennifer, thank you for coming over from the UK. I love that you're from Cornwall, right? Or Cromwell. Oh my God, I am so horrible. I know. I must sound like an American to you. I'm so sorry, but thank you for being here. It feels like a Mercury retrograde day. Yeah, it is. We're going to explain why that is, Pam, for sure. I promise. Truly's in the house. And thank you so much. And Anne, thanks for being here. Good morning. Nadine, Quelly. Yeah, big hugs back to you, Tracy. Happy, healthy life is in the house. And Arlene and Christine Byers. Christina, thanks for being here. Christina Byers, man, old timer. Not in age. I'm the old timer in the room. If y'all ever hear me say old timer, I'm the old timer. Christina, way back in the store days, she used to come and visit the store with her mom, who I remember, Nancy, she was a pilot. So many things that just stick. Like when you're a water sign, when you have a lot of water in your chart, you definitely get the memory vibe going, right? And so, yeah, I want to talk to us about life. I've been really enjoying my life, and I've been enjoying, like, I get these little, I think they're Alan Watts cartoony things. I think I posted it to the members. It's like this British man in this very sort of sophisticated voice. I want to play them for you. I got to start doing that. But one of the ones that hit me the most was, he said, and I know this is common because this theme is starting to occur. If you kind of take a minute here, while Neptune is still in Pisces, because we got to talk about that change too. But if you take a minute to bring that Neptune in Pisces feeling, which is a dreamlike feeling, and you sort of look at your life from an overview perspective, they're basically saying things like, look, you will be forgotten. 2 generations, you don't even know your grandparents' name. Probably don't even know their last names. Somebody else is going to live in your home. There's going to be people here that you'll never know, that haven't even been born yet, maybe, right? And it was sort of like taking this, and it's brilliant because it kind of, in a way, makes us remember our insignificance, which is so important. And I'll explain that. We like to think that we're very special, especially in God's eyes, or, in the more spiritual vein of things. But the truth is, if we are really believing we're connected, if we believe there's one source through all of us, et cetera, at some point, our little worries mean nothing. Who's thinking what about me? Like, who said this terrible thing? And at some point, you realize it's all not matters anywhere. It doesn't matter. It dissolves into nothing. And that's why I remember when I was a kid, somebody said, in 100 years, who's going to give a shit, right? In 100 years. And I didn't understand it then. I didn't, because I care. I matter. But what the point was, that the worry was about the other world. The worry was about who's seeing me in a certain way. The worry was about who likes me, who I'm mad at. And you lose sleep over it, and you wake up and you worry and you fret, and it's all just passing. It's all how you're spending your moment, this moment, right? And it got me, and it got me twice. Like, it got me twice because, one, I hear the Alan Watts animation thing. I'm going to bring those. I'm going to start doing reaction videos. I am going to do more. I want to do more. I want to spend more time with you. I want to spend more time philosophizing with you and reminding us some of this astrological stuff and how it's helpful to raise us above some of the fray of everyday life. Because what astrology can do is remind us, if nothing else, that there's a pattern, there's a system, and it's perfect. It's perfect. And there's nothing you have to do to be a part of that system. But man, if you knew the flow was going in a certain way and you're trying to swim opposite that flow, okay, you get to do that. But it sure is nice when you can get in the flow, when you're like, okay, it's a Leo moon today. There's going to be like, we want to be seen a little bit, right? We want to be recognized. It would be nice to feel like Leo is always about what the Father didn't give us. And I mean that in both a literal and an emotional sense, because what Leo asks us to do is reach in and grab that sense of self, to grab that self-esteem. If you had a father, if you're a Leo and you have a Leo moon or a Leo rising, or if you have any of those strong Leo components, you understand this. You understand that what Leo is saying is you have to figure it out on your own. That is why Leos look so arrogant. They're looking out here and going, do you like me? Leos have no ego. Everybody thinks they have the biggest egos on the planet. It isn't Leos. It's the opposite sign. I'll let you all figure out which one that one is, that has the tremendous ego. So Leo's lack of ego has them looking for approval, and looking for approval looks arrogant. Did you like what I said? I have a little Leo friend. I'm not going to name names because you know this person. And any feedback I give, it takes a day before the offense is worn off. Oh my God, it's so funny. It is so funny. It's like I can't even make fun. And I do it now because I have to be mean. It's just part of my Scorpio nature. I have to make fun of them because I know it rubs them funny, and that I'm innocent in a way because I'm just sort of making fun. But that's the Leo part. And today that moon brings us some of that same energy, that same opportunity. Right? And I'm bringing the chart on so I can show you guys. Let me see how you're doing real quick. I see a lot of movement in the room. As a Pisces, I flow into a lot of people's lives. You do, girl. You do. Hey, Jamie, thanks for being here. We have so many people from One to Listen that it just warms my heart. Thank you so much. Cornwall, near Erica. It's a county like the U.S. state. Okay, Cornwall. Thank you. I was like, in my head, it's Cromwell. Cornwall. Thank you. It's so sweet that you're even here. I do appreciate that. And Erica has the show before me. So she and her friends come and visit the room. It's so nice to have you here. Thank you so much. What people think about me is none of my business. That's absolutely true. Can I haunt the people that move into my... we probably will be doing that. We're a little possessive, those of us that are a little watery. Erica, yes, Jennifer and I are in Cornwall. Corn as in high fructose corn syrup, and wall as in house. I love it. Thanks, Erica. Love having you here. Hi, Maureen. Thanks for coming. Judith Taylor Foss, thank you so much for being here. Hi, Fairy. Made it. Glad to hear your positive spin on the week. Yes, I'm coming. I am. Okay, Maureen, I'm a Libra surrounded by 3 Scorpios, Leo and Cancer. Boy, it's tough managing that family. Okay, Libra? Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Oh, that would be fun, though. Never a dull moment, huh, Maureen? Libra trying to keep that balance. Let me tell you, I have so many secrets on all y'all. It's so fun. I really wanted to do that book, but Reed was so prudy. I mean, whatever. But so we have this Leo moon. Let me bring the chart on because I think you guys are going to get a kick out of some of what's happening. And it's also very important because this stuff is, you know what I do? I take all the planets out. I'm taking all the planets out right now, and I'm going to bring you the chart, and we're going to talk about it. Come on. All right. See the chart? There's a sun and moon. That's all we have. That's a little chart. This will help us. This really will help us. Don't get like glazed over because I show symbols. Please. I'll keep it entertaining. All right. So right now in the sky, we got this Leo moon and we have this Sag sun. What is fire except inspiration? Like times 10. We have an ability to use this fiery energy to lift us up. Now, water signs use it. To think about it, to create steam, to really get misty and sort of like they can fantasize, their dreams get bigger, their ability to daydream is really huge. It really is. earth signs, which is the opposite of fire. Earth is opposite fire, not water. To many a misconception. It's earth that is the opposite of fire. Earth signs have no idea what fire is, and fire has no idea what earth is. So to tell a fire sign to be grounded, they're like, huh? What? What? I'm eating ground. What do you mean? And to tell an earth sign to get off their butt and move, get that energy moving, is sort of hard for them. They have to be motivated by something else. You don't tell any of the earth signs to go do something. They can't. They don't know exactly how to do that. Now, I'm gonna see if I can bring myself into this picture here so you all can enjoy this. Oh, good. And I can see you talk too. Terry's in the house. Hi, Terry. Okay. Oh, thank you, Terry. That's very sweet. So, we've got, earth signs, you guys can use this fire to get motivated because you guys have a motivation issue. If you tell an earth sign to do something, which is a Virgo, a Capricorn, or a Taurus, doesn't matter, they have to have the reason. You have to like dangle the carrot in front of them, whatever it is. For Virgo, companies come and get the house clean. For Taurus, get off your butt and look for a job because I'm going to cut you off. I'm giving very, very base examples, okay? And for Capricorn, it's like there's somebody who needs you. There's a purpose in this. You've got to get up. That's Saturnian. But you can do it under this fire energy. So we have this fire energy going, and that's not all. Let's bring on a couple of more. Where's Mercury? No, where's Venus? Keep an eye on the screen. Here we go. Venus. Oop, see it blinking next to the sun. Venus is in Sag. Okay. Where's Mars? Boom, 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 boom. Now this is the important one. We've got Venus and Mars and the sun in Sagittarius. Why aren't we looking at Sagittarius issues to understand what's going on? There's a few things we got to do here. One, the ruler of Sag. Look to that. Well, that happens to be Jupiter. Put Jupiter up there. See it blinking? Now let's talk about this little example of how you work astrology. When you have Sun, Venus, Mars, and Sag, the ruler is Jupiter. You go over to Jupiter, and what you see is Cancer. So that tells us a hint that what we're doing is working some of this Sagittarian magic through nurturing, through the home, through family. A lot of you are going to have family stories. It is the holiday after all, but particularly because Jupiter is in Cancer and that rules Sag. Jupiter is the ruler of Sag. You don't have to have it make sense. You don't have to figure this out on your own. Just listen to what I'm telling you as if it's probably true and see if it applies to you. You don't have to believe me. Just like I'm trying to get you not to get overwhelmed because you're trying to figure it out. Don't try to figure it out unless you've studied astrology for a little bit. Now, that means let's talk about the Sag issue. The Sag issue here is the issue of wanting more. I don't know a Sag who doesn't want more. It's Jupiter ruled. It's more accolades. It's more money. It's more play. It's more travel. It's more. It's Jupiter ruled, for God's sake. And what's the depression of every Sag? Less. Stuck. I'm a mortal. I'm a mortal, not immortal. I'm a mortal. And there's a part of me, immortal, that can have all this stuff and can fantasize all this stuff and feel all this stuff, but I need more. And that is the trap. Now, interesting, for Taurus and Sag, they have an interesting combination. Taurus needs to tame all that desire, right? They have to learn how to tame it. Sagittarius just have to learn how to live with it. They have to learn how to take out the trash like normal people. Sagittarius want to slap me sometimes, but Sagittarius have to get down to earth. They hate being told they're being average or they're being ordinary. And if you have Saturn in Sag, and I know a Saturn in Sag people, I know a few of them, they hate thinking they have an ordinary life. It's the worst part of Saturn in Sag. They hate thinking that life is ordinary. So you know what they do? They make up a bunch of shit. Pardon my French. But they do, and the worst part of Saturn and Sag, that's what they do. The best part of Saturn and Sag, they build a life they can count on and make it be like they live on Mount Olympus, but they work toward it. Now, you have this energy for everybody. All of us are sharing the Sagittarian energy. All of us. We're all feeling we don't want to be mortal. I don't like that. I want to be immortal. I want to feel the magic of life. I want to feel the eternity of life. And so many people during this time turn to religion for that. Many people turn to their personal spiritualities for that. That's why I think that Alan Watts thing is haunting me about you're going to die. Get it? You're going to pass through. Whatever it is you're clutching to isn't going to be yours to clutch forever. I was listening to a streamer today. I listen to a lot of young streamers. I think it makes me feel young, right? And it also keeps my finger on the pulse of what's going on. I'm genuinely curious. As you know, I have that Venus in Gemini. And he said, I didn't get on the Forbes youngest successful people today. He said, I'm really depressed. But it was like, and he looked and it like the rules were it's under 30. And he goes, oh shit, I'm 35. Oh my God, and he's screaming, I'm old. Isn't that cute? I mean, it is very cute. We all know that is how young, that's how we felt. That's how every young person feels. They're old. It's like when you're in, I love the phrase, why is youth wasted on the young, right? It's sort of like, yeah, they got it. It's hot. And these days you get more and more the skill to do something with it, right? Whatever. It doesn't matter. It's, again, we're all passing through, right? So this Sagittarian moments, they're going to pass by. They're not always going to be here. We're not always going to be the hopeful, lusting for more spirituality, lusting for that bigger connection, the bigger point of the universe, the ego vision, the ego medicine, looking down on everything and understanding everything from a bigger perspective. We're not always going to have these energies for us. So how do we bring them in? Well, watch the screen. I have a secret. And a lot of you maybe don't like this secret, but watch this. Look at that. Boom. What's blinking there? I'll tell you what's blinking there. For those of you who don't know, it's Saturn. Now, if anybody knows anything about astrology, you know that Saturn is the antithesis of Mars. They hate each other. One is the brake pedal, one is the gas. And they don't particularly enjoy this combination. But why is it special for us? I'll tell you. Because Saturn gives legitimacy to the Mars dream. Saturn says, dude, quit all your dreaming, quit all your hoping, quit all your distractions, quit all this jumping around from one thing to the next, hoping. It's sort of like emotional. There's a word I want to use, but I don't want to use it in the morning. But it's sort of like beating a dead horse. Okay, it's sort of like you're jumping around, looking for the next thing, 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 worried that this thing's going to pass you by. Blah 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 blah. There's a part of us all doing that. I know. And the reason I know is because I wake up and I thought to myself the same feeling of, okay, it feels like there's an opportunity I need to be grabbing. And then all of a sudden I saw my emails. People worried that they're missing some kind of train. They're missing some boat somewhere. I'm afraid I'm going to miss the boat. Okay. I'm afraid I'm not going to. Do you know how many people have asked me life purpose? You know the answer, you know my answer, and who am I? Be as happy as you can. That's the only purpose we can do. Everything else is going to go away. You've got to be as joyful as you can. Now, the formula for that is different for everybody. The formula for some is to be generous, to be giving, to help another, to be kind. I mean, I love that formula personally. Other people, it's like, I don't want to deal with y'all. I'm moving. I just keep hopping. For other people, it's shop. For other people, it's, whatever. Play. Just keep playing. Doesn't matter. We're not here to judge it. This isn't a virtue signaling contest. This is about the fact that inside of us, something lies dormant sometimes that wakes up and goes, I'm not happy. I'm worried. I'm not feeling fulfilled. And how many of you have thought that? I mean, think about how many of you have gone through the week a little concerned. And, happy birthday, Serena, by the way. I just saw I got to talk to Serena yesterday. Okay, hold on. I'm coming back to this thought. How many of you woke up not feeling very happy or this week had a concern about the temporariness of happiness? And if you have a lot of Scorpio in you, if you have water in your chart, if you're a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer, you worry about your loved ones. Like the devastation of my babies, I can't, if Javi has a hangnail, I lose sleep. I'm ridiculous. I'm ridiculous. He's licking his paw at night and I'm like, okay. And last night this was so cute. Last night this morning, they did not want to get out of bed. I'm like, okay, I got a show. I got to bake bread. It's 5:00 and we're usually up and running. And I get up, I rustle a little bit. They're like, and I'm like, okay, I love that. It's better than them being up waiting anxiously, licking their paw all night because he has a owie or something, right? So we worry. Saturn and Mars square today is saying to us, and this is in the sky today, this tight aspect, this thing that makes a 90-degree angle, this Mars and this Saturn is telling us there is a way to collaborate to get this thing that we want, to get that fulfillment that we're hoping for. And don't push against it. If you're just taking leaps to the next thing, like if you don't want to hear this, go bounce, do whatever, bounce, have fun. You bounce off the walls, be the ping pong ball, be the pinball machine, doesn't matter. Maybe you'll land in a lucky place, maybe you won't. But this is an opportunity for us to look at the Piscean, Saturn in Pisces, saying that there is a dream that I have that I want to build. And let's look at the obstacles in the way. Take a minute to look at what's in the way. And then the faith of Mars that you'll have it, that you can get it. And the thing that not do is go, I'm not doing anything toward it. I got to do something toward it. I got to fix it. That's Mars and Sag, bouncing, the pinball. Saturn's like, look, believe, it'll happen. We'll get you there. I promise. And that fight in us gives us an energy that is so powerful and so dynamic that together, if we do one and then the other, we're literally building a ladder to this thing that we want. And I'm telling you, there is success in the air. For those of you that have a dream that you want to go after, there's a way to get there. And you don't have to know it for it to unfold. Like you can have a general feeling that there's fulfillment. I want some fulfillment. You can hold that and let this faith you have, Sag, right? Build it for you. Trust that it'll get there. You don't have to figure it out. So all of a sudden you're putting down this anxiety, and in putting down the anxiety, Saturn comes along and goes, okay, I'm going to reward that. I can build on that. All this hype, all this Saturn. Have you ever known a Capricorn person? If you know a Capricorn moon, sun, or rising, they don't want to hear that hype. They don't want to hear the worry. They like their own drama. They have their own drama. Don't get me wrong, but they don't like it from us. They don't like that hype. And that's Saturn. Now let me check on y'all, see how you're doing. No, it's okay, Tracy. I love how. Thank you for visiting. Be safe. Okay. I still have your notes and papers from your astrology classes years ago. I bet you do, Christina. You were such a joy. Happy birthday, Serena. Amen. Amen. Championship warrior, and I'm great at it. I know, Pam. We all are. We worry. People act like they don't worry. They worry. And we're going to talk about some of the fun about worrying. Okay. Sherry, what are you saying? Definitely feeling heavy. I have a lot of Scorpio in my chart. I had a friend pass away last week, so I've really focused on how easily it could end all of us. Oh, Tara, I'm sorry, honey. Hey, Mark, it's Lori. Oh, hi, Lori, the Love Sherpa. Thanks for being here. Lori has a show after Kat, which is after me, and that's all at 12 Radio. So please join us. Thank you for being here, Lori. Okay. First of all, Sherry, bless you. Loss of a loved friend or loved one, anybody that we love or anything that we love. Right? I mean, there's no words on, and it does instantly catapult us down into the past. It's just so fast. I have another friend who's with a friend who may be passing and having a hard time. And, it's heart-wrenching. And we want to stay hopeful and want to say, but it reminds us that we all are just taking our ticket out of here whenever it's time. It's just our time. And I think when you get older, of course, you think about that more, right? You think about that more. You cross the 50s, and you start thinking about that. And life and these long days where nothing happens, or there's a lot of worry and there's a lot of stress. To me, worry keeps the clock slowed down a little bit, because you're just over the same thought over and over and over and over. It's a cheap way to extend time. It's a crappy way to extend time. And it is hard to lift up from it. It's hard. And that's why I don't judge you guys for doing that. I don't judge any of us when we're in the worry state. I worry, I fret, I do. I don't like when, like I told you, my big thing is like somebody not feeling well, or if the dogs are not well, it's like I can't do anything about that. And so you can't do anything about it. So the mind babysits it and ticks it and watches it. And maybe there's something the mind will figure out. And that's the start of a beautiful worry, right? Was it Einstein who said it was the misuse of imagination? And it's hard to slow it down. And it's hard to know, what do you do when you're not feeling good? And when we're having hard weeks and when we're not feeling safe? Well, getting with friends and getting with people that maybe have a hopeful, positive message isn't a bad thing. It can be actually really helpful. Let's put in some planets and talk about some other solutions. Now, Mercury, see Mercury blinking up there? It's going to be leaving Scorpio here soon. You guys, Mercury in Scorpio is, it's a worrier, okay? It's looking for all the things. So those of you that have this going on, this Mercury in Scorpio, I'm thinking the worst case scenario thing, this is why, okay? Now, one thing that Mercury in Scorpio does also do is it can get fearless. It can get fed up. If it feels like it's being played, because that's one of the things it does, it looks for where it's being betrayed or where it's being lied to. It shifts instantly. And one of the things I would convey to your little Mercury in Scorpio moment, which is happening in the sky for all of us, is that we're being played and being denied that happiness. Let me fix the camera. There we go. We're being denied that happiness by insisting on that something's going to go wrong and we have to find it. And maybe enlisting that scorpionic gift of obsession and looking below the surface of things, to look below the surface of the worry and look below the surface of, like, what is it really that I'm sitting on that's so bad? And at the very worst, can you take that minute where in this moment right now, this very second, nothing's happening, and then I can maybe find peace in that very second, and then maybe the next one after? Is a very Zen thing to do, right? But you can distract yourself from asking very rational questions. Notice that Mercury is at 26 Scorpio, Saturn is at 25 Pisces. They're connected in water. So all we have to do is enlist Saturn's help to say, could you maybe direct this thinking to offer proof of why I need to worry, or offer proof about why I believe something? You know, when you're in Mercury and Scorpio, you start thinking that you believe your lies. You start with a foundation and then you believe it. Like, this person doesn't like me. I can tell because look at all the evidence. And the evidence might be like, they didn't answer my text in 3 minutes, whatever it is. Okay. To start back, to just dial it back a minute with pure evidence by asking a simple question. What if you're wrong? Right? What if you're wrong? What if you're wrong? And then you can get back to, is there possibly another truth here? I mean, am I latching onto something that's ultimately like I have unmitigated proof that this is happening, or could I possibly lighten up a little bit? And it's bringing the rational mind in, and Saturn is our gift today. I'm telling you, you guys. Saturn, as much as people don't like Saturn, because Saturn's seen as like the stern taskmaster, as much as people don't like Saturn, Saturn is the thing that puts those lines in the road on a dark night. It's the guardrail. And if you're feeling a little over the top, you need to lean into your Saturn a little bit. What is the real fear here? What am I really pushing against? Asking simple questions, noticing if you get defensive when people ask those very questions to you, and staying as conscious as you can during these cycles, especially knowing that we have some fire to lift us up a little bit. Let me check the room real quick. Yay, Jennifer. She likes the worry is the misuse of imagination. Sun and Sun's father with Mercury in Scorpio. Whew. Okay, so they're intense. Mercury enters Sag and says, I need a vacation. When is that happening? I have it right here. Mercury is leaving Scorpio. But here's what I wanted to warn you guys. If Mercury is at 26 right now, in 3 days, it is going to be at 29. So that's Tuesday and Wednesday. It's going to be at the most intense it's going to be. Can you hang in there then? Can you be aware that Mercury is going to be a little bit like at the most culmination of Scorpio that it could be? And then it pops. It pops Thursday at 2:40 in the afternoon Pacific time. Okay, good morning. Christy, welcome. So it pops Thursday after being in that intense bath of Scorpio, and we'll still have all the Sagittarian energy to greet it. So we're going to have 4 planets in fire signs Thursday, and the moon will be in Virgo. Okay, like, it's kind of funny. I'll get there. So let's see how y'all are doing. Mercury enters says, yeah, I need a vacation. When it goes in there, Mercury will be saying, I need a vacation. Okay. So I know people are sending you hugs, Sherry. It's definitely not fun to lose people. Ugh. Okay. So tomorrow, I got to bring in Neptune. Let's look at Neptune real quick. I want to talk to you about little Neptune because Neptune, this, this is so big, you guys. Neptune, look at the degree Neptune is at. I'm going to bring it up for the screen. Neptune is at 29 Pisces. How many degrees does a planet go before it changes signs? 29. And then this number has to go to 59. Those are the seconds, and that'll happen fast. But when's it going to happen, Mark? It's going to happen Wednesday at 4 in the morning, 4:21 in the morning, Wednesday Pacific time. Neptune is leaving Pisces forever. You hear me? Forever. In our lifetime. That's humongous. Pluto left Capricorn forever, just a month ago. Saturn is going to join it there. We're going to get Neptune in Aries now for the next probably 14 years. And it's going to join the likes of all the fire signs. Now, what's different about this visit from Neptune in Aries is that it is going to be connected to Saturn during its time. Saturn will also switch into Aries. There are so many outer planet changes that it's almost like, oh. So we are going to have Saturn and Neptune in Aries. We're going to have Jupiter in Leo, fire signs, 3 of the outer planets in fire signs. And then we have, get this, Uranus and Pluto in air, all next year. Let me read you. I got to bring it up. Hey, Barbara, welcome. Christine said, that made me sad suddenly. No Neptunes, but I need my home planet to be home. Ha, no, you don't. No, you don't. You're carrying that planet. You don't need any more Pisces, Christina. And the fact that it made you sad is a reason. Lori, how are the health issues on Wednesday? I'm a Pisces, Gemini rising, moon in Aquarius, having a day surgery. Okay, Wednesday, gorgeous. It's a Virgo moon all day, no void, of course. They'll be precise. It'll be quick and easy. No worries. I have Neptune in Scorpio, 9th house. Okay, so you have Neptune in Scorpio in a water sign. You've enjoyed this water trine. You Neptunes have been the dreamers. Now it's going to go into Aries. Now, the last time it went into Aries was, I believe, 1850. We'll do more research on that and really understand a little bit about its journey in Aries, okay? That's how long it takes these planets to go around. But now we have, let's bring them all on board here. Pluto in Aquarius. I'll blink it. And we have Neptune in Pisces, and there's Uranus. Look at Uranus, 28 degrees. When do you think that's happening? Next year, it's going to go into Gemini for 14 straight years, never to go back. Pluto, never going back, staying in Aquarius. So these two are going to be in air. These two are going to be in fire. It's going to be amazing time of change. And you can feel the zeitgeist, which is the collective mind, shifting. And one of the ways you can tell it's shifting is just in the way that, this AI talk, we all talk about AI, we all talk about, we think we know how things are changing. If you have kids, you definitely know how things are changing, right? But if you look at, like, I do the streamer world, like I look at these streamers, I have a few, like I said, that I listen to that are like, they blow my mind. I don't know why, because it's just so fun that I have an opportunity to peep in on their worlds. The changes are big and they're real. Okay? It's going to be like all this stuff, like what I talked about at the opening, all the stuff we worry about, that'll be different. Different issues, new issues, all new. And they're going to be more fiery in air. They're going to be more crises of faith. They're going to be communication, the way we communicate, the speed. Think about fire and air, all the planets, and the speed at which this change is going to take place. Like, we were all like, AI is so cute. Wasn't that just like 3 months ago, 4 months ago? Or I know some of you were like, it's horrible. It's going to take the world away. I don't do any of the fear stuff. I know all that's there. I can't, but I could easily wage that it's going to be bad and easily wage it's going to be good. So it's like, it is what it is. We have to stay in our center and figure out where we stand with, like, how am I doing? How are you doing? And what am I doing to contribute to remembering my connection to something way more eternal? Because that's one of the things I need to do. What do you need to do? But worry isn't going to be the key, the ticket out. So this stuff is big. It's happening. It's changing. And you know what? Like every other change, you're going to be in it. And you'll look around and realize, oh my God, it is. It is. Just the last time you went to your bank account and had a different way of signing in, right? Think about the subtle ways things just started happening. All that's going to be like for real, and it's going to flood in. It's going to come in. The new technology is going to be ridiculous. Did I tell you this? I might have told you this last week, but I have to tell you again. I downloaded the new ALEXA, right? And it's like the new early access. And she was I told you all this. She was a little smart. She was being a little smart. So I replayed it back because I said, that took 4 seconds for you to answer. And you know what she said? Oh my, 4 seconds. That's just the world. This is my AI talking back to me. So I'm like, okay, they're getting snarky. I put it back a little bit, right? Then we had Google, right? One of the speakers is a Google smart one. We have Siri, Google, and ALEXA, right? Well, we changed one of the speakers to Google because Google's connected to the cameras. So I said, hey, and I can't say them too loud. So I go, Google, what is the weather today? Whatever. And ALEXA pipes in and goes, well, I'm not Google, but I'll answer it. Oh my God. What? I'm like, okay, this is out of hand. So I'm dumbing it down. Okay. But I don't think there's any escaping it. And I just heard in my ear, not now, but earlier, motion detected, deck. Motion detected, deck. And then it said, do you want me to stop saying these so much? Just say so. And I go, please stop saying it. And you go, okay, I'll shut it off for an hour. Who am I talking to? I didn't know which smart device I was talking to. So I'm gonna dumb it down for myself because this is a little ridiculous, but it's happening. Okay, let me see how y'all are doing. I can't wait for the new year now. I got to talk to you about that too, Liz. Christine, worry is also creating a reality you don't want, Louise Hay. Right? Jamie, haha. Christine, train your AI how you want it to talk to. I know. I love your guidance to stay curious. Thank you, Lenny. She must have been an Aries. Louise was feisty Libra, the opposite. Okay, Judith, my Sag Sun, Saturn in Aries, 7th house, Mars in Libra, 1st house. I'm really excited to see what's coming. Yes, you should be. We should all be excited to see what's coming. Dread is ridiculous. Y'all are here. You think this is the only change we knew about? You think this is the first big change ever astrologically? No. Y'all remember in the 80s they said the harmonic convergence? Nothing. Y'all remember Y2K? Nothing. I mean, we love the hype. I am not trying to hype you, I promise. I'm trying to have you be aware that where you are right now is not going to be the window you're looking at in just a few months, and that's kind of fun, so make note, okay? Make note of it. Now, y'all reminded me of a couple things. We are going to do the first in a long time live stream of a prediction show hosted by Serena. Happy birthday, Serena. And it is going to be whatever advisors that want to. I just asked them, now you know what it's like to be inside my head. I don't mind that head. I know. Bless your heart, Karen. I know. Virgo's mind. So we're going to do the first ever prediction show January 9th. Put it on your calendar. Serena's going to host it. Several of the advisors that want to listen are going to be live. Several are going to pre-record their predictions. We're just going to have a day of predictions. It's going to be fun. And it's playful. And it's fun to see, like, ooh, did they get it right? And, you know, I wish we had time to play last year's. We didn't do last year, I don't think. I don't think we did last year. My group got so lethargic. And I think it was just sort of like the time, so much water in the space. And I think this new year with all the fire coming, there's a new inspiration. So I think we're going to see a new renewed 1-2 listen group, honestly. I sure hope so, because I know they've been like, they're feeling what I'm feeling. And it has been like, where is everybody? Now, second thing, Miss Cat is putting a class together Tuesday. It's a last minute thing that she put out. And her classes are ridiculous. And they're fun. And I'm putting it in the room right now, but you can go to 12academy.com and sign it. Do it before the new year, because this is like a group, psychic energy, psychic reading, psychic development, everything you ever want. She records them for you. You'll get it sent to you, the recording, so you don't necessarily have to show up, even though showing up means you have a chance of actually having a direct connect with her. And that's happening Tuesday. So I just put the link in the room. Check on 12 Academy. There's other classes being taught. That was one that was spur of the moment. And I told her, I said, I will absolutely help spread the word for you. So please take advantage of that. I want to go over the week with you. So make sure, what else did I know? Oh, the prediction show January 9th. I want you to pay attention to that. It's free for everybody. We're not charging for that. Members, I have new perks of getting ready to launch. So if you aren't a member, please come join us. I don't do a lot, but I'm going to do live streaming with you. I'm going to have way more personal time with the members. I just like to talk. We'll do readings. I have it all set up in my head. It's been a crazy couple of weeks, so I haven't done a lot of new. But thanks for believing in me and hanging with me. I do appreciate that you subscribe and join the site. So many of the advisors are participating in YouTube, and any of your support there is remarkable. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We're just learning it, you guys. We're kind of like, you know, we're hobbling along to get this done. And I know YouTube is a new experience for a lot of the advisors. A lot of them, CA and Kelly and Kat and Katie, Lori, Serena, Kat, and I don't think I missed anybody. Mo and Ginger, those are the Wednesday crew. The Wednesday crew, Mo and Ginger, are, and I think Raven is still there. It's crazy. So that's all 1-2 radio. That's the center hub of it. But then many of them are simulcasting it over at YouTube. So help us out. Figure it out. Ask us if you don't know where everything is, and we'll help draw those connections. And we're kind of building and then drawing the links. Okay. So we're trying to get it together. Let's look real quick at the rest of the week. Tomorrow is not much happening. Leo all day tomorrow. We'll still have a little bit of this Mars square energy. I want you to pay attention to that. So if there's something you want to go after, there's a way to do it, to build a dream on this. And there's a lot of success with a parallel of Jupiter and Venus that's being rewarded to people who are putting some effort into starting something that's inspirational, doing something that's inspirational, believing in people, spreading your good word around. I think there's always a reward for that, but I'm doubly underlining it right now. Wednesday, Neptune goes forward. All you Pisces, Neptune stops moving backwards. And all you Pisces, I want you to get this, you are going to feel something. And what you do is you feel the desire to come back into the world. Now, Wednesday might be a wonky day. It could be a day where you're like, but it's like Mercury. It starts getting that momentum, and then we're going to start moving. And you Pisces are going to notice, because it's your ruler, when it goes into Aries, which will be soon. I don't have the date yet. I don't think I put it on here, but it moves slow, so I think it's next year anyway. You Pisces are going to feel that shift, and you're going to appreciate it. By contrast, I promise you. It's almost like when you're in the water and when you first dive in water, it's freezing cold, but you get used to it. And then you're like, come out. And they're like, no, it's warm in here. And then you get out and you're like, glad you did. It'll be like that. Mercury moves into Sag Thursday. So that shift. So we got the intensity of Mercury building. Don't forget that. It's pretty intense. And then Friday, we start settling into more of a Libra energy. We use the weekends to balance out. Mars is going into Capricorn. So Mars is at the final stages of Sag. This energy just doesn't stop. Okay, we'll talk about that next Monday because it happens Monday morning, early Monday morning. And then Hanukkah is Sunday. Happy Hanukkah to all our Jewish friends or anybody practicing Hanukkah. I hope it's a beautiful ceremony for you and that you enjoy the light that you are celebrating. So, yeah, thank you. All right, let me see anything else before we head out. Neptune goes into Aries on January 26th. Terry, I knew you would help me hook that up. So we're going to do, members, we're going to have a Q&A. So we're going to do a thing like this where we stream just questions and answers. We can run charts, no timing. We can just have it among ourselves. So come be a member. Astrology for Life, there are new glassware gifts up there if you care. I'm not counting on anything there. Like this isn't I'm never going to make my money off that. It's like $1, everything that's sold. So it's just up there because I love doing this and I want to have a place that if eventually something pops for me to be creative, I can have it. But there's blankets. John ordered a couple blankets. They're gorgeous. They really came out nice. And I want to get some of the glassware. We'll see what happens. I'll use it here and show you guys. But literally, I don't have any investment. It's not like, don't do it because you think you're supporting me, even though I don't want to undermine that either. I just want you to feel comfortable being here and know that not much is being asked of you except that you like and subscribe. That's all. You guys, thank you so much for coming. Remember, Kat's classes tomorrow. I'm going to give them a chance to sign on. Happy Hanukkah. Thank you so much, Lenny. You guys have a beautiful week. I'll be in touch. I'm not going anywhere. My moment. Oh, you know what I wanted to show you? I'm going to leave with this. I have a moment. This is the ending to my moments video. This was me being silly, but check this out. I just put this. This is at the end of every moments video, and there's a little stuck S at the end of it. Look at that S. Nothing ever works. I love it. I'm keeping it there too. All right, you guys, giant hugs. Thank you so much. I'll be signing out. I'll wait and check the room here in a little bit, but thank you for being a part of here.